Welcome, 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 Taurus, to Garnetqueentarot. Welcome, Cross Watchers. Welcome, everyone. This is our world and we live in it, okay? We got to do our breathing exercises first. Garnet Queen Tarot, where we are inspired to rise. That means you're changing your whole outlook perspective. You're looking at things from a different view. Let's leave all the negativity outside the door, as we don't want to bring it with us. We want our clear energy and space. Thank you, everybody, for coming through. Inhale, exhale twice, and then shake it off. That helps us. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Shake it off. Shake it off. What a gorgeous day! Don't you feel great to be alive? Don't you feel good just because you can? Come on, Taurus. Let's make this happen. We're going to stay focused. We're going to climb up the ladder. We just need our little nourishment to help us along the way, to give us a little inclination as far as what's going on. Just a little push to let us know, hey, this may happen, that might happen. We, on relationships, that we don't know how far it's going to go, if it's going to go, and how we're going to cope if it goes or if it doesn't. It's like so many things transpire in a day. That's why you have to cherish every moment, Taurus, in life. We don't know. You have to focus on being who you are and reaching for the stars. Don't let disappointment keep you off track, because it could set you off track a little bit. But you regroup, rethink, refocus, and restart your journey. Spirits, talk to us on behalf of our wonderful Taurus, the bulls up in here, and let them know what is going on. We have so many great messages coming this week. I'm excited. You know, when we're going into a new phase. Ooh, can't you feel it? Uplifting. Here we go. What are our messages for today? Be nice. Knight of Wands. Ooh, Taurus. And we have our Two of Pentacles. Come on. And we have the Moon. And we have the Two of Wands. What is going on? Ooh, we have the Nine of Cups. And we have the Magician. Ooh, you're about to make things happen in your life, Taurus. Things are changing. You got your foot on solid ground. You are not playing. You are determined to achieve some serious business in your life. Your whole mindset has changed completely. Taurus, I don't know if a whirlwind or what came on your path, but you are cutting down to the core. You are so optimistic right now and determined. It's about this fierceness about you right now. It's like your whole lens has changed and refocused. You usually go with the flow and still continue looking forward so that you could achieve what it is you set up your mind to get. But you realize that no matter how much you give of yourself, there's not always going to be a level where people are completely for you, no matter what you do. So you need to stop. You have a good heart, you're a good person, and people can make you doubt yourself, and you got to stop. Seriously, you really have to stop. You're working on finding balance in your life, and you're still venturing out, but you're hopeful. You're hopeful. I see people testing you to see if you the real one. The question is, are they the real ones? Because you know who you are. You know what you're about. And it's hard for you. It's really hard for you to camouflage. like, you so don't want to hurt people's feelings. You know what I mean? You want more for yourself. And you recognize the fact that you can't please everybody. You're breaking down to your core and releasing a lot of build up frustration. You're being honest with folks and saying things that you would camouflage before. Now you're willing to unveil and show the true you. You get angry at times, but sometimes to keep the peace, you don't vent, but you're a bull. After a while, when people keep poking the bull, they're going to get what they're looking for. They're going to get that reaction that they didn't think they would. And you want answers. You're hopeful, and you're just releasing yourself to the universe and saying, I need to know these things for myself. I'm not going to keep falling in line. I'm tired. You fall in line and you still lose. So why bother? But you can't look at it like that. Some things you win, some things you lose. But you've had more gains than losses. And even if the past couple of years has been a little rough for you, wake up and realize it has been kind of rough for a lot of people. Even though you're doing your best and you feel you should be further along, you're still moving. You haven't stopped. Even though you haven't gained the ground you would like, you have still stopped just to breathe and restarted your engine, and you're going again. You're not giving up. How many times were you at a point where you just wanted to give up? Let's be honest. Let's be honest, Taurus. You're a bull. How many times your inner self was frustrated and stressed out, and then you dug deeper and deeper and deeper, and you found your inner power, and you push yourself back up? You could have stayed down for the count. You're tired, you're frustrated, you're fed up. You could have stayed down for the count. But you know what? You're better than that. You know you have more strength to unveil. And it's tiresome. You feel like you're going crazy sometimes. You do this, then this happens. You do that, then that happens. And then somebody you thought was in your corner, you find out that they weren't. People try to hurt you, tear you down, and it's like, ah! You just want to scream at the top of your lungs. What the heck? I do everything for everybody. I keep trying. I'm working hard, and I'm just tired. I'm tired. I know I'm a bull, and I got to be strong. I got to be strong. But what about my feelings? I got to cater to everybody so they can stay afloat. Meanwhile, all the tension and pressure is on me. When do I get a chance to scream? When? Sometimes you just want to be alone and think things through because there's so much noise coming at you. And everybody got a sob story. Welcome to the club. You said I got one too. But because you always the go-to person, people rely on you. You're strong. You have a strong mentality. But you do have your weak moments because you know what? You're human. Taurus, do you realize you're human? When somebody says, I need something, they don't even have to ask you. You already looking at ways you could get it for them. That's who you are. That's how you are. And I know you have a good, kind heart. I know you mean to do well, but you have to work more on self-care. And sometimes, just sometimes, the word no can come out of your mouth. Can't do it. I would like to do it, but I just can't do it right now. You got to pick and choose what you can do. You can't please everybody. And you still do stuff for certain people. And what do? They throw you under the bus. They're not supportive they're not as supportive as you thought they would and should be. And it hurts. But at this point right now, you have to seriously follow your plan of action. You can't just keep tweaking until you don't get it done. You have to stay steadfast truly on this journey, because this is when you're being tested. Are you full of it, or are you about it? Talk is great. Action is better. You're going through the motions right now, and a lot of times you may fall short of certain things. We can't do that this time. This time, Taurus, you're going to see the bull in you. The bull. You're not trying to hurt people's feelings, but you're trying to make sure you're okay, because you realize people can leave you behind and not blink an eye. So you got to make sure your camp is right. Your spot is right. You are right. You got some cushion. Work on the cushion to cover you. You know, like realtors, a lot of times they may close on a deal and they've been waiting for a minute to close on the deal, and they get paid and there's so much stuff behind and they want to get caught up, or they don't want to fall too far behind. They have to focus. You have to focus on taking care of what will keep you moving, what will keep you going. Even if you want to help other people, put aside a small amount. Say, only this can I spare to help. Okay? It's good to give. But I'm talking about when people are asking for larger sums. But always put a little something aside so that you can help other people, because it's such a good feeling and you reap so many rewards. I'm telling you, you'll feel it in your belly. You feel good. And do know something. Not everybody's going to appreciate the things that you do. Take that into account. Therefore, you protect your heart. You give from you, your inner being, your inner self. You're giving from your heart to help somebody else out. It doesn't mean you're trying to buy them a house. It just means that maybe they're hungry. You know, whatever the needs, maybe they want a bottle of water or some waters. Make sure you can do something. You take care of you. Second, you know who you take care of first, right? I don't need to tell you that. That's your personal business. But you give to your source. You can give to help other people. You got to take care of your expenses, your liabilities, your debts. You have to make sure there's money put aside for you and your family. So that's something that you normally do. But put put an amount. They always say, 10% to your source, everything. I'm saying make sure you have that written down so that you don't mess up and there's no miscommunication. Because just like you wanting to stay afloat and do better for yourself and be comfortable with you and your family, if there's a way you could help other people, you're most certainly going to do it. You'll find a way. Just make sure that there's balance in your life. It's so important for people to balance out. Don't try to do too much. Don't try to do everything. Give yourself the balance in your life to make sure that this is taken care of, that's taken care of. Even have an emergency fund. Let me tell you, my mother was always a big saver. My mother would find money. She hid money from herself and couldn't find it. She saved so much. When she passed away, there was so many different places when you unpack stuff where you found money stashed. But as she got older, she forgot certain things, so she didn't know where she put that money. But that was her belief. She said to me, let me give you two reasons, two scenarios. She said, one, let's say that you with a man that's not treating you right. He gives you the money to pay the bills and do that. She said, you always take something off and put it away. She said, that's my mad money. She said, when I get mad, I'm not going to be broke. When I get mad and I want to pick up and say, I had enough of this and leave, I have something to fall back on. She says, if I just want to spend a night out and not deal with his butt, she said, I'm out. I have something. She said, second, let me tell you. She said, your father and I always go on vacations. Every year we go somewhere new. They went to Hawaii. They go everywhere, different places. They're from the islands, Trinidad and Tobago, island hopping, doing different things. Ever since I was little, my parents have always traveled. Always travel. We used to go to Trinidad every year for carnival. And when I got into high school, we couldn't do it as much because you missed too much work from school. But all my life growing up, I always knew that I was going to be traveling and going somewhere. My parents travel. My mother traveled. She went to Germany. They go everywhere, England. And I remember they planned a trip, and some other couples were going, and they said they were going to go to Brazil. And they travel with it's about 7 to 8 couples. So everybody goes, and they was trying to outdo the other. I remember growing up and watching them, and I thought that was so fun and beautiful and exciting. And my mother could sew, so she would always make these beautiful outfits, and they always say to her, "Oh, where did you buy that? Or where did you get that? That's beautiful." And she said, "I made it." Oh, and sometimes they didn't know she could sew or different things. You know how fake people are. Anyway, my father and her, planned to go on a trip, and then my father had a big expense. I don't know if it was the furnace or something in the house that went out, and it would interrupt a lot of the money that they would have to go to Brazil. And my mother is one that you're not going to catch her out there. So my father said to her, he said, "I'm so sorry, but because I have this expense now, I wouldn't have enough money to pay for the trip and have spending money at this time." And he said it to my mother. My mother said, "Oh, we are going. We are going." And he said, "But I just said I don't have the money." She said, "I have the money." And he said, "What?" And I'm looking at them. She said, "I have the money. I'll take care of it." Now, my father is always the one to take care of everything. And my mother just said out to him, "I'll take care of it." And he said, "Where did you get money from?" She said, "From my grocery money." And he said, "And you still was able to get all the food, everything we needed?" She said, "I know how to budget." And from then on, that my parents never had that disappointment. My father even gave extra because he knew my mother would save. And he trusted her with more and more money because she did better than him. And she worked when she wanted to. She didn't have to work. But she made sure she covered ground. She said, "You always do the extra." She could sew. She was she was a great cook. And then as well as, what else did she do? She worked with the post office. I mean, just different things. And she always wanted to be diverse in everything. So if she wanted to hustle and say, "You know what? I know some people trying to get some outfits. Let me see what's up," and they pay her for outfits. Mama, oh, and she was also a beautician, so she had her cosmetology license. So she said, "You must always learn a skill," because she said when these jobs act up or try you, and you don't want to stay there or be there anymore, you have something to fall back on. Don't always just have all your eggs in one basket. Have a few baskets out there, just like you would do streaming and different things. So I'm saying, as much as you can learn and as much as you could do to better you, because you have unveiled yourself and you're more vulnerable in the sense that you want to achieve so many things so that you could stabilize your life. And that's what you're working on right now. You don't envy anybody. You may speak about things and struggles that people have had, but you don't envy people because everybody's walk is different. So a lot of times people think you're a little arrogant or you think you're better than other people. Don't be no matter, your struggle, they may not. And don't try to prove to them who you are. Prove to yourself who you are. Because no matter how much you prove, there's going to be something else that comes up that's going to make them still think less of you because they want to be angry with you. They want to envy you. They want to be jealous because you make it look so easy. You make it look so easy because you don't have to reveal every struggle, every scar. There's some people that they just want everybody to know what they went through. "Man, you think it was easy? I went through this, I went through that." We all have different struggles. But when you don't look at yourself whole and you constantly want people to know what you've been through, No, everybody doesn't deserve to hear that. Those are people that are supportive to you, with you, and care about you. You're not trying to prove to other people, I'm just as heartbroken and defeated and experienced as you are, because you think it's like, you ever used to watch A Living Color back in the day? I don't even know. It's more mature people, I would say. And it was like they tried to outdo themselves with jobs that they had. He's like, I have 2 jobs. And, you have 2 jobs. I have 4 jobs. And there was one time in my life that my dad was like, that show that comes on TV, Living Color? I said, yeah, Living Color, Dad. He said, you are just like that. It's like you've been through so many things, experienced so many different jobs. He said, how many jobs you working right now? And, one was full-time, but I had some part-time jobs I could do in the afternoon and weekends. And I had like 6 jobs at one time. One in a department store on these 2 days and one here. And my father said, you could work. He said, you have the West Indian vibe. Next thing you're going to say, I have 10 jobs, Daddy. It's like you don't settle for less. You know that you're able to do things. So do it. I was in high school working and proud of it. When my parents told me no about something I couldn't have, I said, if I buy it myself, can I have it? And they're like, yeah. The only thing our mother would not let us buy was a sheepskin coat when they were out, because people was robbing and killing people for their coats. And my mother said she is not going to any of her children's funeral. So she said, that's not happening. So that was the only thing. Whether you had your own money or not, don't bring it in her house. Don't come home with it. You are aiming high. And this is like a good time in your life for you, because you have that grit, that grind, that hunger, that desire to win. You are so prepped up and ready to win right now. Though I'm feeling this inside of me. I'm telling you no lie. I am feeling this. This is like you are looking out to all the possibilities and options, and you're not leaving not one stone unturned. And because your mind is set in that direction, look at this. Okay? This is the 9 of Cups. Abundance, wealth. Look at you, how pretty you're sitting. Look how pretty you're sitting. Your arms are folded, and you're like, you're comfortable. You're not worrying about the light bill no more, because you got this. The gas bill, you got it. The rent, you got it. You want to take your partner out, your spouse out, your girlfriend out, you got it. You want to buy a little bit of jewelry for your girl, you got it. You want to buy a new suit for your man, you got it. You're not sitting there in the corner sweating because this bill is due or that bill is due, and how you going to do it, and who you got to beg to ask for help until you get paid again. No. This too shall pass. That time is starting to fade. And you know the best part of it? It's like you dig deep down inside to find your magic. You started listening to your intuition more. First you was like, oh, I'm not into that BS. And then you just start manifesting a little bit more, that feeling of knowing what it is you want, because you're starting to get what? You're getting more in tune with who you are. If you don't know yourself, how you expect anybody else to know who you are? Get in tune with your feelings. Dig deep down inside and listen. Find out what those messages are. You are getting so many answers to so many questions right now. You're in disbelief. And it's a drive inside of you that engine is always on right now. You're starting to realize what it is that you want. Indecisive, usually. Going with the flow, usually. And getting mad when people don't appreciate it. That's the bull in you. Now, you're looking out for number 1. You're praying to your source. You're listening to yourself. And you're diving in. You got your shovel. You're pulling out your treasures and learning. This is a new time in your life. This is a new phase in your life. You're giving yourself a timeline to accomplish different things. And people can see the glow in you right now. This is a time in your life where you were indecisive at first, And then you realize, I can do this. I can do this. And now it's being uncovered. And you know what you say to yourself privately? Who likes it, likes it. Who doesn't, doesn't. But as long as I like it, I'm good. You're always trying to appease other people, and you want people to like you, and because you want to connect with people. You believe in people working together. And that's what you were hopeful for, that other people thought the same way. And it's been a hard road, and you realize that no matter what you do, somebody has a complaint. So now that you're transforming your life and transforming yourself, you're doing what's most important to you. You're following the direction of your source. You're listening to yourself and digging up your treasures. This is what it's all about. Learning and growing. And that's what you are doing right now. So stay on your journey. Continue moving forward. You already see the progress. You're not where you used to be. You know that. And you're dealing with things differently. You're feeling the experience. You're absorbing the positive energy, and you're learning and developing yourself into a better you. Because now you see the tangible opportunities before you, and you're touching them. Sometimes you may go in your space and say, this is some shiggity. I'm really doing this crap. I'm doing the darn thing. I'm making it happen in my life. Positive changes, different lens. I'm getting in tune with who I am and what I want. Dang. Taurus, you are the best. It's like you a real magician. You have this coming through. You feeling it. And you so scared at times to jump with joy because of the envy of other people. Sometimes you don't even know who to share things with because you don't want the backlash of trying to elevate yourself and people thinking you think you better. But if you think you're better in the sense to them, and you just think you're better in doing more for yourself, who really cares? They're going to find something else to find fault with you. So be happy. Be grateful for what you have. Be full of gratitude. Love your neighbor. Love yourself. Love your source. Make sure you love you. Keep riding. Keep taking that journey. Keep believing. And change the outlook. If you have the paintbrush, shouldn't you be the one painting on the canvas? Or are you going to allow other people to draw what they think is in your mind rather than you draw what it is yourself? Take charge of your life. Don't allow people to diminish your spirit or yourself. Don't find fault with yourself because of what somebody else thinks. You got a big nose. You got big lips. And they got a big forehead. Okay? What does that change? People try to hurt people for no reason. And Taurus, you are a bull. You got to pull yourself up out of any down spirits. Be thankful and move forward. None of us are perfect. You can see the most beautiful person, male or female, and their attitude, their personality is the nastiest you've ever seen. Don't judge yourself through the eyes of other people. It's not about that. It's about you, what your heart desires, what your manifestation feeling is all about. Dive into you. Unless you're going in a pool or the ocean, or the river, stop diving into other people's thoughts when you could dive into your own. There's so many treasures embedded in you. Start digging. Okay, get the darn shovel already. Please. Garnetqueentarot. Be inspired to rise. Be your best self, not on other people's terms, but on your own. Be better each and every day and continue learning and believing and sharing. Don't let other people limit your growth. It's not up to them. Okay? Take care. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you again for visiting. Thank you for stopping by and saying, hey. Garnet Queen Tarot, be inspired to rise. Take care. Talk soon, Taurus.